Okay, so phase 3 is progressing really quickly with the hot glue, but the order is really tricky because they're the starting point you can't use tetrahedra, and the reason for that is because a couple of things. One, these come upwards. This is the side, so there's the back box. I turned it on its side, so driver's head is there facing down, passenger left is down. Now remember, the roof comes over here and there's arch, so but I first of all assembled this continuation of that arch line as a separate assembly, and the hot glue, it worked really well. I then made that, which is the top of the back box, and that is this area here. From there and downwards is where the tail light goes, and it goes on there-ish. We'll put that on later. But what I had to do, this is a node numbered R2 and that's the node numbered R5. What I had to do was hot glue onto there, the 4 rods that go down to the top of, or the middle section of the back box, because the top is off. It's now part of the roof. No, wait, no, that's the airbox. That's the air area. The airflow area comes down here. So yes, it is the top of the back box, and it's there at the top of the back box, and then the middle section there. Once that was in, I could then join what I called the node numbered R5, and then put 2 bracing points down here. Now this was a bit that had to be pyramided, and this from here is tetrahedral to there, 1, 2, 3, but this one has to be 4. All right. Okay. So once that was in, I could then put that is R6. So you go R2, R5, R6, and this is the very back of the car. This is the bumper line, roughly in line with the center of the wheel hub nuts, and that could be joined with that one there, and then braced across to there. So you go R2 with 4, R3 with 3 leaning against R2, R5 leaning against R2, and R6 leaning against R5. All right. That then allows you to put this one, the left one, on, which is the continuation of this puppy here. All right. So that will brace up from, where is it? That one, there to there, onto that one. All right, from there to there, pipe across to there. All right. This roof arch piece, let me come around this way. This roof arch piece here was very specific as to what had to be done. Bear in mind that the roof part is going to end here, and there are going to be some freestanding brace points which come up from like that onto the roof part, which, remember, we removed and attached to the forward thing. All right, remember that roof portion was just resting on there, when it will be joined, bolted there at that point there. All right, so we'll have some bracing up to here to give it stability, etc. All right, but this one, that one, and this one, and the same on the other side, which are, let me just come round now, this way up. this one, that one, and that one, which go, turn it around again here. Sorry. Those two from this line, which is the nodes R3 and R4, coming down to the middle line of the back box, and then those two bridging out. So this meets at the same point as here, as this one, and likewise on the other side. That's the roof line. That one comes down and meets with the same as that one. Bear that in mind. So these can be made freestanding with the hot glue. They're short enough that once the hot glue is dry, they stay where they are, which is quite nice. You can actually bend them if they're not quite in the right place, which is good. Now the next thing, now that was in rigid against the back box, and this was floated in the air. But you notice there's no diagonal cross bracing because this is supposed to be a free air location here for storage of luggage and stuff and things. It was wobbling sideways, and only by putting these two on did the whole thing stiffen up. That's great. That's now one solid assembly. But as usual, when putting these things on, what I found was that they're pulling apart. This one was 3 millimeters. This one was about 6. So I had to put in a double twine tensioner and that to prise the thing apart. So just pull the string as much as you can, then tie it. Don't worry about the fact that it's slightly loose. Because with a piece of bamboo which I've just pinged out, which now I can't find on the floor, found somewhere. There he is. Normally what I do with these is I actually tape them on at both ends. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. Excuse me while I put the camera down and just do this. Because that needs to stay under tension. Next time you see that, next video you see that will have some tape on it. Right. Lucky that is hot glue. I don't think it's ripped off there, fortunately. So the hot glue is actually surprisingly strong enough to actually hold those on, which I'm really impressed with. So anyway. That's basically it. I can now with that rigid and that this is part of the bumper, the lower part of the bumper line, I think. Yes. That can now the light can go on, and that is basically the rear section, which is done really fast. I'm delighted. Oh, thank you.